Hi, welcome back to the Pot Smoker's Bible. My name is Zion, and I am the author of the Pot Smoker's Bible, which contains the prophetic book of Zion. Today's episode is part 2 of chapter 6 of the Pot Smoker's Bible, which is chapter 4 of the book of Zion. On our last episode, I read to you Isaiah 44, chapter 44, 9 to 13, and it was talking about the idols, and this is the dissertation on that passage. The next segment of verses is from chapter 44 of Isaiah. It begins by saying that the wealth and power of the Christians' religion is vanity. They are glorifying themselves. The wealth and power they enjoy will not help them in the end. They alone testify to their own beliefs, and those beliefs will bring them nothing but shame. Then he asks, who makes the idol? Who creates the God and his image? He tells them that it won't be good for them. These foolish who create the God and the craftsmen that create the idol will both be afraid and ashamed when they stand together in an attempt to justify their actions. The next three verses describes in detail how the graven image is made and by who. We are told that a frail human who must eat and drink and who must rest is the creator of the idol. He is a metallurgist who uses tools and heat to mold and shape the image of a man, a beautiful man. This image is set in the house where it remains. Isaiah 44, 18 to 20 is Zion 4, 13 to 19, and the passage goes on. He hews down the cedar, and taketh the cypress, and the oak, which he hath strengthened for himself among the trees of the forest. He hath planted an ash, and the rain doth nourish it. Then shall it be for a man to burn, for he will take thereof, and warm himself. Yea, he kindleth it, and baketh bread. Yea, he maketh it a graven image, and falleth down thereinto. He burns part of it in the fire. With part of it he eats flesh. He roasts a roast, and is satisfied. Yea, he warms himself, and said, Ah, ah, I am warm. I have seen the fire. And the residue thereof he maketh a god, even his graven image. He falleth down into it, and worship it, and prayeth unto it, and saith, Deliver me, for thou art my God. They have not known, nor understood, for he hath shut their eyes, that they cannot see, and their heart, that they cannot understand. And none consider in his heart, neither is there knowledge nor understanding to say, I have burned part of it in the fire. Yes, I have also baked bread upon the coals thereof. I have roasted flesh and eaten it, and shall I make the residue thereof an abomination? Shall I fall down to the stalk of a tree? He feedeth on ashes. A deceitful heart hath turned him aside, that he cannot deliver his soul, nor say, Is there not a lie in my right hand? The next set of verses turns our attention to the cross itself. The carpenter, we are told, who also must eat and drink, and rest, cuts down a tree or two. The cypress, the oak, and the ash are mentioned by name. These trees are used in a variety of ways. He uses it for heat and for light and to cook his food. He burns one part and creates the base from which the graven image hangs on the other. Although the methods of modern carpentry and cooking no longer requires a single tree to be hewn down, burned for firewood, or used in a cook stove, for the majority of our history, this was the only method since the birth of Christianity, and these methods of creating these idols were exactly as described. The cross in particular is created in just this fashion. Wood is used, but not just as a holy relic. It's used as a utility. Isaiah 40, 9 to 25, Zion 4, 20 to 26. The workman melteth the graven image, And the goldsmith spreadeth it over with gold, and casteth silver chains. And he that is impoverished, that he hath no oblation, chooseth the tree that shall not rot. He seeketh unto him a cunning workman, and prepare a graven image that shall not be moved. Have ye not known? Hath he not heard? Hath it not been told to you from the beginning? Hath he not understood from the foundations of the earth? It is he that sitteth upon the circle of the earth, and the inhabitants thereof are as grasshoppers, that stretcheth out the heavens as a curtain, and stretcheth them out as a tent to dwell in, that bringeth princes to nothing. He maketh the judges of the earth as vanity. Yea, they shall not be planted. Yea, they shall not be sown. Yea, their stock shall not take root in the earth. And he shall also blow upon them, and they shall wither, and the whirlwind shall take them away as stubble. The last verse in this idol creation combines the two parts of the cross. The graven image is then used as a god. The craftsman falls down before his own creation and worships it as a god. He asks it to deliver him. He prays to it. It is wood and metal, and it cannot save him or hear his prayers. It is of his own creation. The deaf and blind people are reminded in the next 3 verses that they have always had this testimony to read, but that they have been prevented from understanding it. Their blindness to the truth is truly evident when they are told that they worship the stalk of a tree. The cross is the stalk of a tree, the trunk and 2 horizontal limbs. How blind are the Christians? Truly, they are blind. Isaiah calls the cross an abomination. It's an idol created by man, invented by a deceitful man. It cannot deliver his soul, and it is the lie that is held in his right hand. The deceitful man is the priest that holds the said cross in his right hand and promises their followers that the idol god will deliver their souls. It is a lie. The graven image, an inanimate object created by men. Isaiah 40:19-25 shows the idol worshippers adorning the idol with silver and gold. It is shown being mounted on chains. The poor of the believers use a wooden cross that is less ornate, but both are mounted on the wall where they all remain. Every church, be it Roman Catholic, Baptist, or Lutheran, every Christian denomination displays their idol cross at the front of the congregation. It is almost always mounted to the wall, and it's always as ornate and beautiful as the church can afford. All Christians bow down to the cross, their idol god. Isaiah 42:17-18, Zion 4:27-28. They shall be turned back. They shall be greatly ashamed that trust in graven images, that say to the molten image, Ye are our gods. Hear ye deaf, and look ye blind, that ye may see. The rest of this passage asks the idol worshippers, why don't they understand what is before their eyes? Why don't they hear what the prophets had told them? He reminds us that his words have been there since well before the Christians came into being. Why don't they get it? Isaiah reminds them that the gods have always been above, watching over earth. They see us as grasshoppers. The gray turns the princes to nothing, the judges to vanity. The gray are God. This idol god of the cross will be done away with. Those who refuse to see the truth will perish with it, and the idol of the cross has no future with the true living God. Isaiah closes the chapter by saying, one last time, for the Christians to see the truth or suffer the shame they must bear. Look ye blind, hear ye deaf. So next time we'll do the reading. So see you next time.